Hey Outlanders, let us know if you can hear us and see us okay, and then we'll jump right into it. Just let us know. We've got confirmation from our team that we're doing well, but I just wanted to make sure that our community says we're okay, and it looks like we're all good. So thank you for the confirmation. Hey everyone, my name is Forsythia, or you may know me as Anjanette, and I'm the Senior Community Manager for Vigor. And today is an exciting day as we'll be showing you an update preview of Update 18.0, which is Chronicles Isolation. We have some special guests with us today, so if you all could kindly introduce yourselves very briefly. Philip, please start, and then we'll go in that direction.
Hey guys, my name is Filip and I'm a game designer.
Your turn.
Oh, it's me.
That's all.
I'm Michal, and I'm the senior technical designer on Vigor.
Hey guys, I'm Tom and I'm the senior QA.
Nice. Thank you all so much for introducing yourselves. So, like I said, this is an update preview, or a preview of the update, and we're going to be playing on the update preview build. Sorry, I got a little bit mixed up. Just wanted to let you know that we are releasing update 18.0 tomorrow. So what you will see today is a preview. What you will see right now is not available just yet. It will be available tomorrow. So we'll have some server downtime tomorrow as well, so keep an eye out on our socials for updates on that. Alright, so maybe I can actually see that Tom is gonna go into an IQVN match, which is actually our new map, and it's available for shootout. Could I perhaps ask you to just show the map selection screen? You don't have to cancel queue. No, I said you don't have to cancel queue.
No, you ruined it.
You can undo it.
But yeah, so wanted to let you know that even though you can, like, this is how the thumbnail or the preview or the Polaroid for IQVN, how it would look like, but it's not going to be pinned like this when the update comes out tomorrow. This is specifically just because we are playing on the preview build and our partners have access to this build, and we wanted them to test the new map and test out everything for the upcoming update, which is why this map has been pinned specifically for them. I think you can feel free to queue in, Tom, because it should take about 3 minutes until we get in. But really briefly, what's new with Update 18.0, we actually have a handful of things. Some of you may have already seen it, thanks to our partners who have been streaming and sharing information with you all. So it's our first major update of 2024, and we hope that you guys are excited for it, because we hella are. We have a new M14, which is the new weapon, but we've also got the Viper V4, which is a new knife. And the reason why we've added a new knife is also related to something that's coming to Update 18.0, which is some improvements for the melee system. And we also have a new consumable, which is a smoke grenade. And as I mentioned, we have a new shootout map called IQVN. And thankfully, Tom is showing off how snazzy the weapon will look with different skins. So, yes. Michal, may I maybe ask you to move your mic a little bit away from your beard? I think your fancy hair is fiddling with the mic a little bit, so I think
Yeah, it
that's
tends to
good.
be a lot.
And Tom, I will need you to raise your mic just a little bit so that when you do speak, people will hear your lovely voice.
Alright.
Thank you so much. Alright. Yeah, back to what's new. Ooh, okay, perfect. We're gonna segue quickly into IQVN for shootout. I wonder if some of our partners, yeah, they were.
Oh, yeah,
This is good. I sadly can't read out their names. Could I ask one of you to read out their names? Because the monitor is quite far for me.
Tom, that's on you.
What are their gamer tags? I can't see because my eyesight's
Oh,
terrible.
there's Tiny, actually.
Tiny. DSP.
It's DJ Spencer.
Alright.
Aha.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I got it. The minute you said the letters, I got you. Alright, wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna jump in, and some of you may have seen a sneak peek over the holiday season on what the map could look like, and there's actually an interesting hay maze. I know that some of our partners have already showcased it, but hopefully we could still pique your interest and show you what it looks like, and you could hear some more about it from the devs themselves on how we worked on Eikivian. And as you know, we usually put out a map for shootout or another game mode prior to putting them in encounters. So here's a question that I know will be coming. Will it come to encounters? Yes, it will in the future. So yeah. So would any of you cool dudes shed some light on Eikivian and how we've put it into the game? Okay.
So we didn't actually agree what's gonna happen.
I was waiting for the moment. Well, you win, so go for it. Now, you have the right to choose.
I mean, sure. So, yeah, let's start with, we have a new map, as you can see also on the stream. And Tom is actually doing right now the usual excursion route, not the deluxe one, through the Hei maze that is one of the main, how should I call it? Like one of the main features of this region of Eikivian. And this is also the shootout arena that we will be releasing. There's a lot of really cool places where you can run around, where you can explore, even within the shootout. And as for City also mentioned, it gives you a little bit of a feel for the map or part of it before you might get access to more of it in the future.
And right now, as we can see, it's in the night version. So thank you, Tom, for doing a beautiful 360. And I'm very grateful that our partners haven't started killing us just yet, because then it would make it kind of difficult for us.
Oh, they're just having
I
fun
guess they're-
goofing around.
With the melee attacks.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Are you telling Tom to melee them? Are we?
Oh yeah.
With
mean,
what? I
Sure.
mean, like the gun.
It's an ancient dance of,
Isn't
you know, the original inhabitants of Eikivian.
It's a mating call and yeah, it's a mating dance.
Sure, let's go
Isn't it?
that way.
Let's see. Okay. So maybe would it be possible to look around in the weapon crates to find like a knife which we could briefly use? It may not be the Viper V4, but I think that it would
Oh
be
yeah, but it's true.
We'll
There's
try.
well, there is a new stabby stab.
a new stabby stab, but it is not a stabbing motion. Just to
Yeah, yeah. It's
just to
it's a
get it
code word,
straight,
yeah.
it's not a stabbing motion, and it's also not a one hit, one kill kind of situation. It's not like if you hit someone with their back to you, you don't instantly kill them, so just getting this out of the way, because we did see some questions on our social media regarding that. So, yeah. While Tom runs around looking for a knife to showcase how the melee improvements look like, we could briefly have a look at what the chat is saying. Thank you for the knife rework. Okay, yeah, you're welcome. We're doing our best to do improvements. The knife that we have... Oh, Tom has procured a knife. Wonderful. Okay, thank you, Tom, for procuring a V4. Now are you going to hunt down one of the partners?
Sure.
And slash him to pieces.
I should kill them, right?
I
Oh,
mean,
yes.
that would be really
That
interesting.
is
See-
something that knives usually do. Yes.
Make
I
them
don't
to
think
pieces.
they will just let you kill them.
Oh.
So I think that they're gonna put up a fight. But
They
yeah,
might, yes.
as Tom searches for one of our partners who are basically playing hide and seek at this point,
They've heard he got the knife, so they
they
scattered.
just scampered. Yeah, they were just no.
Come out,
just a
wherever you are.
A few notes regarding the melee improvements. As I mentioned, it's not a one-hit, one-kill situation. We mostly did improvements with the animations to make it more fluid, or make it more smooth.
Yeah, there are a couple of questions piling up there. And melee rework is so much fun. Yes, that's what we are aiming for, definitely. And another one, the melee make more damage now. It's not only about damage, but also the damage of the melee weapons was revisited, as well as its reach, its, as you said, the animations, so the speed of the animations, so the interaction between the player wielding a knife against a player also wielding a knife or wielding a weapon, also doing the melee hits, was revisited, and we finally had the time and resources to give it some more work. So it should be tuned more conveniently for you to use.
And,
Whoa, that was convenient.
That was
That was
a nice hit.
suspiciously convenient. I think that I think he had some fall damage beforehand because
I'm pretty certain that no melee weapon in the game does one hit,
one
kill. Regarding the fact that you encounter a person with 100 HP. That if you meet someone who's injured already, that might result in one hit, one kill from your side.
But in any case, melee combat should now have a little bit smoother flow in general.
Yes.
It should feel a little bit less unwieldy than it did before. So hopefully it will also work really well for our players. And you'll get used to differences in the dynamics better, and it will be a little bit more useful. So now all your gazillion pukkos will now have finally time to shine.
And just wanted to point out as well that the knife that Tom was using is the Viper V4, which is going to be a new addition for update 18.0. So you've seen that in action. Philip, may I perhaps ask you to talk a little bit more about the Viper V4 and like its rarity, and maybe if you could shed some insight on why we decided to go for this knife?
We felt that when we, the fact that we got the time and the chance to improve the system that's been in there in the game for so long, to make it more convenient, to make it more usable, we wanted to promote that in a sense with a new melee weapon. There was not a new melee weapon for some time now, and we felt that it might be quite enjoyable. So we made a new knife, Viper V4, which is rarity 4, which is lower than the John, which is 5.
It's a military grade, so
It's a
purple.
military grade purple. Yeah, sorry, I'm using the
Internal speak.
the internal speak, sorry about that. Military grade purple knife, which is one rarity lower than the John. But that does not necessarily have to mean that it's less powerful. The fact that we
Everyone
went
knows
for
that the most powerful is pukko, so...
well, yeah, obviously. I mean, we should nerf it, by the way. But as I said before, that we touched that mechanic in terms of various attributes like the reach, the damage, and the animation speed. So the basic idea of it was why not make another level 5 rarity gold special issue knife. The reason was that we wanted to introduce a lower rarity based on its base damage, but it may as far as I know, it should be a little bit faster to attack with. So John might do some more damage, but the attacks are a little bit slower than the Viper V4. The balance between them is basically it's basically about the play style. If you wish to rush in for one strike and deal a little bit more damage for the sake of the speed for the next attack, go for John. If you wish to slash away more like faster, go with Viper, because that's the way to go.
You can be a
And
Viper with a Viper.
But you need to land the hit.
And it still
Again.
makes for a pretty useful
yes.
utility weapon for those situations when a panic hits you, you run out of ammo, or you find out that you've been ambushed or something.
Yeah.
So with the rework specifically, it becomes actually really handy tool to have with you if you have it available or if you find it as a loot somewhere in the map and whatnot.
Great. Thank you both for the insight regarding the weapon, the new Viper V4, as well as melee. We've got a question in the chat which we'd also like to address today. They were asking about legacy seasons, and yes, we wanted to actually let you know that we promised that we would inform you one season in advance prior to us disabling it from the game, and as of tomorrow, as of 18.0, that is your one season warning. So this means that we will be disabling the legacy seasons from season 19 onwards. So please keep that in mind when you are discussing legacy seasons. I hope that answers some questions in the chat, because there were questions about when is legacy seasons leaving, and here you have your answer. We are planning on removing it in season 19. So thank you for the question. Thank you for helping us segue into a different topic as well. So that's great. All right. Tom, may I ask you to queue up for a shootout again? Maybe it would be good to see. Hopefully we're going to get the map in daylight conditions, because the nighttime was great, but it would be also good to show how it looks like
It
during
is very
daytime.
moody.
Moody? Which one? The night version?
The night version, yeah.
I mean, okay, Philip has his
I see, yeah.
reservations,
I see.
or
no. I was checking the chat and I see adrenaline shot plus knife. OMG. Well, that's basically the part of the idea. Yeah, you can use that approach as well. And also, DC Online. I know I'm going to swing and miss. Well, you can miss, but we kind of worked with that too. The knives should offer a certain angle in which it's safe to hit your opponent, which varies from knife to knife as well, but it should be pretty much convenient to hit your opponent in the tangible way of the animation. So don't worry, it's not about like you aim for the head and you miss 1 centimeter, you're gone. No, it offers an angle.
So if I'm not mistaken, we have now both Tiny and Dizzy, right?
That's lovely. Also, I'm happy that we've got Ikevian in daylight conditions. And did I see a smoke grenade in your?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Lovely.
yes.
Tom, could you please be amazing and showcase the smoke grenade for our players who may not have seen it yet?
Sure thing.
This is going to be spicy. I mean, this is something the community has been requesting for quite some time now. Ooh, that lovely dispersion is great. And the smoke effect is just beautiful. I mean, Tom is the person who we can speak about with regarding the smoke grenades mostly. So, Tom, could you please walk us through how long the team was working on smoke grenades behind the scenes?
We worked on it too long, for about a year.
I mean, yeah, I guess like this is a good thing in a way that we could use this to showcase to our players that even though we take some time to implement things in the game, we do take feedback into account and we do listen. And now smoke grenades are finally in the Outlands, and this is beautiful. Thank you for that vantage point, Tom. That looks wonderful.
Yeah, that was really good shot.
That was great. And we saw earlier that it was special issue rarity, so that's great. How many of them can you carry into an encounter? That means maximum...
Two.
Yes, maximum 2. Thank you. And one question that our players would probably ask would be, how does the smoke affect you and other Outlanders? I mean, we've seen it, basically, but some people might not actually be watching the stream. They might just be listening because some of them are watching while they're at work, actually. So treat it like a podcast kind of situation. If you had to explain it to someone who is not able to watch the video.
Give us some smoke grenade ASMR.
Well, it's a smoke grenade, so it obscures your vision. So if you're inside it, you shouldn't be able to see anything. If you're outside it, you shouldn't be able to see through it.
Okay. And
When you are inside the smoke, you can see to a certain distance, right?
A little bit, yeah.
So you can bump into each other more than you would see someone in a distance.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
and I guess your headphones are still your best friend with the
Oh,
smoke
yes.
grenade.
That's a good point, yes.
Unless someone throws in the flash.
Or
Oh,
starts
that would be
firing.
interesting to see that combo actually of
It is a good combo.
flashbang. Okay, Tom, if you would manage to find a flashbang in the shootout weapon crates along with another with another smoke grenade, I would love to see if we
I'll
could
try.
show our players.
Oh yeah, smoke grenades will be good to cover teammates to heal in an emergency. Exactly like that. Yeah, that's one of the uses. Should offer that possibility. Definitely.
It is purely a utility item, right? It doesn't do any damage. It doesn't bring in any explosive effect or anything. It really just covers a reasonably big area with smoke. And
Obscures
it's-
the vision.
Yeah, and
But
obscures
it can be. It could be used in a. Well, in a brackets, right? But in an offensive way to a certain
Oh
extent.
yeah, absolutely.
You can bomb someone camping in a trench or something and slip
Absolutely. I mean,
away.
it has a massive tactical potential, obviously, which really that's one of the reasons why
Yeah.
smoke is the highest rarity consumable, because it can really change the topology of the battlefield in the moment. Just like you guys pointed out, it can cover you while healing a teammate. It can cover you while looting. It can help you cover an escape route or something.
I mean, sorry to cut in, but I like GLA's suggestion using smoke grenades to troll teammates.
Yeah, that's
Don't
you-
put ideas where there have been none.
Yeah, I would elevate that. Smoke grenade's gonna
But yeah.
be good when you want to loot the airdrop and you don't want to get shot. That's
Yeah,
exactly
it becomes a
the
little bit more difficult to, land a headshot against the target that you don't see. So
Yeah, but I mean, trolling teammates. But why not?
Also
But
yes,
also yes, but you have just two of them, so make a good use of them.
And there's also a good question regarding if this shootout map has got any buildings, because it would be good to see how the smoke grenades behave in interiors. But as far
Sure.
as I know, it would be something that would be better shown in an encounter later on, right, Tom?
Yes, that's correct.
yeah, I believe you could have seen some buildings in the shootout map, but I believe they're all blocked off for the shootout level.
Yeah.
They will be, as usual, they will be available then in the encounter version of the map once that is released later on in the future. And then you will be able to explore them and play around with the smoke. But obviously, you can also use the smoke in other maps as well. So
Which we will showcase later
we will
on.
showcase as well. But obviously, then once you'll have your hands on it, you can play around with it as well.
Yes, indeed. Alrighty then. So we've got about 4 minutes left on this shootout map. Aside from, like, earlier on, Tom was showcasing the M14, though I don't believe we've discussed the M14. Don't die, Michal. The M14 hurts, but
It does.
not like that. It do be like that sometimes. Are you alright?
Yeah, it's the moment when your body decides to breathe in at the same time as you swallow.
Let it out. Are
Biology.
you biology?
Damn you, biology.
Well, it looks like you know something else aside from game development, which is wonderful for you.
Yeah, that's basically the only part of biology that I remember because it doth happen. I apologize.
Oh no, that's alright. Okay, so yeah, could we perhaps briefly touch upon the M14 and how, like, Tom was using it earlier, though I'm not. Ooh, he's about to use it now. Tom, show it off
Go
for
it.
us.
Nice.
Which will be perfect so that Philip could walk us through the M14 as well. Philip, if you could please
Oh, sure.
kindly.
The new weapon is M14, which is a assault rifle, which is an assault rifle. I mean, what can I say? It's supposed to be a bit versatile than some of the more versatile than some of the assault rifles, more suitable for longer ranges than some of them, but its full auto mode should be quite usable in close ranges too. We played around with the fire rate, with the rate of fire of that gun, so it's not an overkill, and at the same time it's usable for close range. Yeah, we kind of took a look into the mix of the weapons that we are offering now, and evaluated that assault rifle with the usability moved towards the longer ranges. Then the mid should be the new one to the mix that should offer a new playstyle, should come in more handy than, for example, another pistol. Yeah, we went for that.
And the M14 is supposed to be rarity, which is blue.
Yes.
Which is blue, yeah. The reason behind that, one of the reasons behind that is that that way, making it rarity blue, is to be more accessible for the majority of players, to be able to craft it earlier rather than later. To the percentage of finding it in the crates would be higher, and in the lower tiers of the weapon crates, of the reward crates. So yeah, you can get hands on the new weapon more easily than the previous ones.
And some Outlanders have made a connection with the new M14 and the M21.
Oh yeah.
Could I ask you to touch upon that, please?
Sure. M21, we have in our project in Vigor, we have M21 in sniper rifles, and M14 in assault rifles. They are basically, some can say that nice.
That looked amazing.
I
the flashbang
stopped
and the
that.
smoke grenade.
Very good. Some may say that they are basically the same weapons, and they wouldn't be wrong. I mean, they are pretty close to each other. The biggest difference between that, which everybody can see, is that M14 does not have a scope, but in Vigor there are different weapons based on the fact that they have different fire modes. M21 doesn't have full auto. Different rate of fire, therefore, they deliver different damage, and they have different effective range. Right. You wouldn't choose M21 to shoot on short range if you're not from a differently tuned game. I mean, you can do that, right? Yeah, you can do that. But M14 offers a certain balance between long-range M21 and short to mid-range pew-pew assault rifle.
Pew-pew assault rifle, indeed. All right. Tom, may I ask you to equip a few smoke grenades and maybe some flashbangs as well, so we could see how it goes in encounters eventually? All right. And after you've equipped the goods, may I ask you to go through the battle pass, as some of our Outlanders in the chat are asking for it?
thing.
I guess it's quicker to scroll through the battle pass now rather than doing it while you're queued up, because I'm not really sure how the matchmaking is configured. I mean, this is the preview build after all, so there are specifics. So for example, I think that for a shootout, because one of our partners had asked in the chat if it's capped to just 3 people, which I believe that's the case. We'll have to look into that, but there are specificities on that, so
Makes sense, yeah.
yeah. Alright, so as we go through the battle pass, we can see that a lot of the outfits are all camo, and they are winter camo themed. We wanted to do a military themed season, as it's something that our community highly requests. I mean, we even saw that request through our survey. I'm sorry, I realized that I wasn't showing the game. I am so sorry about that. Yes, uniforms. Yes, the Battle Pass cosmetics are mostly winter themed, and they are, because of the winter military themed, some people may enjoy this theme as they like the military vibes, they like the military camo, so we hope that you enjoy it. Could I just because I wasn't showing the game earlier, Tom, may I ask you to go through each level of the battle pass once more? I'm sorry about
Sure.
that. All right, let's see. Yes, so we can see different kinds of cosmetics, and we've got the new titles as well for this update, which we will pass by again once more. And we've got some booster tickets, which is great. Ooh, fancy. Isolation 2. Right. Okay, lovely. Let's see. There's a question in the chat because I mentioned the survey. They were saying how many people said smoke grenades in the survey. A lot of them, actually. It's a constant request from the community. I don't have the exact numbers, but it's a highly requested consumable, which we are happy to have provided. And that was the beautiful title we just saw. And we're past the midway point already of the battle pass, but the uniforms just still keep coming with the military winter vibes, which is great.
It's really
The
great to see
snowflake.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
go ahead, Michal.
It's really great to see the the winter camo getting more love for those really cool winter maps, and the few of us that actually like the winter maps. It's really great to actually have more options for reasonable camo that doesn't stick out in the great whiteness of the north.
And I mean, like, we know that some of our Outlanders really enjoy the winter maps, like Victorson Station. I believe was it you, Michal, who enjoys
Dverg
Dverg?
Forest.
Yes, Dverg Forest. I mean,
I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's tactically the best map or whatever. Like, I can see why some people might dislike it. For me, it's really just because it has a lot of snow and a lot of forest.
which is something that you enjoy.
And a frozen lake.
Onyx.
Yeah,
Expected. Well, but nicely put. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the sole truth.
but now with the winter-themed cosmetics, those maps, I think will become just a little bit more, like, just extra notch more dangerous when you can have Outlanders literally camoed all around you, and it's like one of those jokes that you're just like taking a walk and whatnot, and suddenly the forest starts speaking Norwegian.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Some people, I didn't think of that, but now I see where you're coming from, and that's okay. And thank you so much, Tom, for showcasing. I wanted to ask you one more question about the battle pass. I'm sorry, but one of
Sure.
our Outlanders was asking which level of the battle pass can they procure the Viper V4 plan, because I can see that the weapon plan is in level 47, and
That's not it though.
It's M14.
that's M14. Sorry,
14.
I was close with the 4, but yeah, my brain.
There's a 4 in there.
It's
I mean,
the
that's
end
a
of the day, so
pretty good guess. I mean,
and I cannot see the monitor at all. So
There was a
Well-
plan, so
that's a challenge.
Nope.
Where do
Yep.
we have it?
although it's possible that it's actually not in the battle pass.
I'm not sure myself. Yeah, but there is a possibility.
That is
that
possible.
yeah.
All right.
I think it should be just the M14. It's like the primary.
Well, yeah,
the
that
battle
makes
pass.
sense.
I
That
mean,
makes
that's
sense.
the weapon. So
All right. In that case, we've covered that. Tom, you are now free to queue up to an encounter as you would
Yay.
wish. Maybe I see that
You're
you're
a free
wearing a
elf.
one of the uniforms, so maybe you should queue up for a winter map, like Victoria
idea.
Station. Yeah,
Sure.
that would be lovely. All right, let's
It would be
see.
kind of counterproductive to be all in white, sitting in the middle of a muddy ground somewhere. I don't know. Like,
I mean, we
We'll
can
do
still
that
give it
though.
a try. Like,
although I think wasn't there also like Fjellkanten? Fjellkanten does have like a part of the map,
snowy.
Oh, yeah,
Some
that's
of them
right.
snowy.
the top.
All right. Okay, just going to briefly check what the
Then you would
chat
obviously
is
spawn at the other end, so-
saying. What is the reason that we still don't have a weapon overhaul? Well, okay, Philip, I see that you are ready and rearing to answer. Go ahead.
the reason is that it's a thing that needs time. Heaps of work. Times is against us, but
It's progressing.
it's progressing. It is progressing. It's on the way. It's in the works, and I can double confirm that because I personally am one of the people who are elbows deep in that process. So yeah, keep
Elbows
calm
deep.
and wait for the weapon overhaul because it is coming. It is in progress.
I mean, it's not really something that we want to rush.
Definitely, and the reason for that is that it's not an easy tweak. It's not an easy fix.
And what
It's
we're
not an
talking
easy
about,
issue.
yeah,
so
we're talking about reworking the system and then rebalancing all of the weapons that we
and
have.
you can count the weapons
fit.
yourself. There are 70 weapons.
Yeah.
Like a bit less than 70, I think. But
And we've mentioned
Yeah.
it before, like we wanted not only to be comparable to the previous system, but better than the previous system. So we really want to make sure that we've got everything that we
Like-
that we need to do.
exactly.
So
The term overhaul actually means the whole thing. The thing needs to be we want it to rework the whole system.
we're still holding.
We are still holding the weapons. Yeah. Keep. It's I don't know if you could. Yeah. I mean, I would get too specific unintentionally. So
Yeah.
yeah, just yeah.
It's a
Just
lot
hold
of
on,
work.
it's really coming. It's a lot of work, and we want to make sure it's really done well.
Yes, indeed.
And I can say that so far we are progressing well. It's on its track
Thank you so
from my
much.
point of view.
Thank you, Filip, and thank you, Michal, as well, for touching upon the weapon overhaul and our progress on it. This is a really nice time to showcase the new cosmetics, the winter military themed cosmetics with the map. But when we were looking at the map earlier on, I had remembered that there is actually a known issue that we'd like to bring to your attention before the update releases. The team is aware, and thanks to our partners who are reporting and making content before the update is released, we're able to catch bugs and see what's happening. Anakin, locked exits. I'm gonna cut to the chase. All of them should not be locked. This is not an intentional feature. It's actually a known issue that the team is working on. So please do not fret. We are aware of it, and we understand that some Outlanders would say that it's not the best map to have all of the exits locked. So just putting it out there, it's a known issue that the team is aware of, and we are working on it. So, yep. We are going to see how the community feedback goes on it, and then we're going to see if we need to take the map off the rotation or not. And I wanted to also mention, because Tom is doing the Bard House, that we've done some changes regarding the Bard House as well, with update 18.0. Okay, so who would like to talk about what's up with the Bard House
I mean,
barricades?
I can touch upon it. I don't think there's really that much to say. I think there's a lot more for the players to discover by themselves. But the key change to the Bard House that's coming is the ability to destroy the barricades. The barricades are now destructible, which means you can shoot through them. You can use explosive as well. The sort of like the rule of thumb is the more boom, the more oomph you can put into it, the faster you're gonna get through the barricades. The obvious downside is this approach is fairly loud, and so you can also draw a lot of attention to yourself. So it's a little bit of a give and take between whether you want a little bit more subtle approach or whether you want to go in guns blazing. But now you have the opportunity and the option to actually choose these different tactical approaches to that. So, like I said, I don't want to also spoil too much into it. So I would leave it to the players to then play around, figure out how exactly it works, get the feel of it. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, it's going to be also a lot of new, cool tactical options when approaching this particular map event.
Yes, indeedy. All right, thank you, Michal, for jumping into it. I was actually ready for us to tell the community everything, but I totally realized it would be better for them to explore it themselves so that they could give us feedback. That looked painful. Did that hurt, Tom?
A little bit.
Just a
Emotionally.
smidge. Oh, mostly emotionally. Okay. But I mean, I see you still have like around half your health, so that's okay. That's fine. They were actually wondering if it would be okay if you could showcase the smoke grenades inside the hose.
Oh yes.
Sure thing.
Fling it in.
So, get in there. Okay. Let's see.
Well, it's just smoke in the hole.
Smoke in
Smoke
the
in the
hole,
hole,
yeah.
yeah.
But when there's smoke, there's fire. I guess not in this
Smoke
case.
in a home.
Smoke in a home. Could I ask you to go up to the second story, Tom? So
Sure
that...
thing.
Ooh, okay. Aha. So, yes, the smoke does reach a little bit
Well,
upstairs.
it goes through the floorboards and whatnot, so.
That would make sense considering the floorboards are made of wood, but hopefully this answers some questions for our Outlanders as they were wondering how that would work, if it would
Yeah.
go through the floorboards or if it wouldn't at all. And so with that in mind, does it mean that, let's say, in Fiskefabrik, in the big building, I forgot what it's called, but it's someone's office, because they've got concrete floors, wood.
Oh, I mean the foreman's office.
Yes, foreman's office. Thank you. Would the smoke go through the floors as well over there, considering they're not wooden? Big think. Big think. Okay.
You could argue that concrete is also somewhat porous, so, you know.
That is true.
Okay.
But I would say there's only one way to find out.
Are there any other similar buildings on Victorson that we could showcase that on, or no?
I don't think there are any on... I think buildings on Victorson
Are mostly wooden. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I couldn't think of any concrete buildings. So either our community will find out, or we'll test it ourselves.
I see a question. Can the enemy see you in there? I presume that they were talking about
But the smoke
like
grenade.
when you are in the smoked area and the enemy is looking in the smoke. Well, as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, you can be seen just to a certain extent, just to a certain distance in the smoke. When you're too deep in the smoke, nobody can see you from the outside because the smoke should behave like it has a certain density.
It envelopes you.
And
well-
it surrounds you, and so you can be. And I'm just pulling these numbers out of a hat. So if you're just a meter like inside, you can still be seen. But when you're 2 meters deep inside the smoke, or I know what's the distance, you are completely surrounded by the smoke, and you can be seen from the outside, right?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
so like, I mean, obviously the purpose of the smoke grenade is to obscure vision, so there definitely would be situations when you wouldn't be seen, but as Filip also pointed out, if you're obviously like towards the edge, or, you know, with the sort of the kind of the simulation of the smoke, the particle, like the smoke is kind of flowing, so at times you know the enemies might just get a glimpse of your silhouette that you're standing somewhere in there and whatnot.
Or as Zebrian says, that you can get a lucky shot. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
When you spray the smoke, you can get a lucky shot and deal some damage, or even
could-
land a headshot there.
Exactly.
It shouldn't block any projectiles going through it, right?
Sometimes you don't need to know where the enemy is exactly, you just need to know that they're somewhere in that general area,
yeah.
and
So you can spray and pray. Yeah. Should offer you the chance. It's low, but yeah, it's possible. If I remember correctly, was there a time that in a certain situation it blocked projectiles in the development.
Oh yeah,
development
that was a nice
process.
bug.
Was that right? Yeah.
Could you walk us through
yeah.
that bug briefly?
When you threw, it was in the early stage when you threw the smoke. It looked pretty nice. It was okay. It worked. But then when you shot someone in the smoke, as long as they were in the smoke, they were invincible because the smoke blocked the projectiles in the space, which was rather frustrating. So it was a portable shield dispenser, basically. So yeah, that was unintended, but pretty fun on the one playtest.
But yeah, like hearing about these bugs that the team experienced before we've released the smoke grenade is actually really interesting, considering some Outlanders might not have heard it, but Tom, I believe, mentioned that the team spent about a year in...
About a year, more or less.
More or less.
Yeah, so that's the testament to how game dev sometimes doesn't go as smoothly as you'd hope.
Yes.
And we've gone through, well, many different iterations of smoke grenade, both in terms of literally the whole implementation, the whole system, through various balancing changes, and well, as we've mentioned, some bugs as well. And over the time, we've had a lot of different versions and a lot of different iterations. So it was an interesting process also to like watch that development of all those variations and the different approaches that we needed to sometimes choose. But yeah, it's that part of the development where you stumble upon some hiccups, you stumble upon some issues that cause you to not only rethink the entire approach, but that you have to redo all the work that you've put into it. But we've gone a long way, and we've come to a finished product with the smoke grenade. So now you will be able to enjoy it very soon.
Yeah, it was even surprising for me that like the variation of the hiccups and variation of the problems that came along
I feel
the
like
way.
Tom is thinking
was
about
like-
all of them right now.
There are a lot of
Revisiting all the
problems.
stuff at the same
Again,
time.
it was in the development for quite a long time, and we had quite some decent number of iterations there.
yeah.
So,
But
I-
one might think like it's a smoke grenade, right? It's just a simple particle effect when you put it in the space and it just dispenses in an area. But like there's so much things to cover and so much things can go wrong, and majority of those things actually went wrong along the way, like one after the another. Not just like everything was broken at the same
Jesus,
time.
they
No,
did.
just in the little portions, and it was coming back. Tomáš was losing his mind, and we were.
Tom is now just
beautiful.
basically the dog with the flashbacks.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Tom.
I lost my mind already.
And also,
There.
also our scripters who were working like they were elbows deep in that problematic and revisiting it all over again every time. It must have been like oof, really big oof.
And then you,
yeah, but
then you think you're done, and you suddenly get
Yeah.
it again, but the system is completely different
So you have to
implementation, so you're
rework
working with a
all the
completely different
system.
system.
Yeah.
Matos and Vladimir deserves a praise.
Yes,
'cause
yes, praise to Matouš and Vladimir. So,
Praise be,
praise be, praise be.
Without them, it wouldn't work.
Yes, that's a tremendous amount of work, and it's not even like the complexity of the problem, but the fact that you are so far with the implementation, and then just one little, as you said, one little thing changes, and then you have to redo the whole system all over again. So,
So long story short, we hope you do enjoy it.
Oh yeah,
I
please
mean,
do.
it looks bum as heck. It looks cool. Like, I'm so
Yeah, it does,
happy
it
that
does.
it came out the way it did. And
We
So it
are
might-
too.
Yeah, it might not
Thank
look. It's a big achievement, but for the team and for the people actually working on it, it's a hell of an achievement
wasn't
that
in-
we actually
yeah.
like closed it. Like it is done. It is there. It's working.
done
Wow.
and dusted, and you
Yeah,
just
it's
got a
not
weight
visible.
off
The-
your chest.
The levels of frustrations are not visible, but they are there. Believe me, they are
It
there.
was it was an interesting experience,
It
definitely.
was definitely, yeah.
But yeah, what's great is that our Outlanders, like, this is one of the examples of, like, how dedicated we are as a team to get things right, even though it may take some time. And now we can see how the airdrop is enveloped in the smoke due to the smoke grenade, and Tom is spraying and praying, and maybe he can hit.
Go.
But it's true that what you're saying, because in game dev in general, there is it's almost like a meme of like how much stuff never actually ends up in the in like the published product in the released versions. We're really happy that we've managed to actually pull through with this. Not only because of the work that we've put into it, but throughout the whole time we knew that this was something that community was excited about as a concept, that it was requested, so we really wanted to deliver it, and we wanted to deliver it in a good enough quality. So I think we're all really, really glad.
Yeah, because we
about how it turned out.
were actually with the community on this one. We wanted
Yeah.
it that too, because we saw the potential. We wanted to answer the demand which is there even from our side. So anything's possible, even if it doesn't appear so in the process.
And I
Believe
hope
me,
that
there were moments.
Yeah.
There were moments when we were like in our minds talking about, is it still worth it? But
Oh, no, I'm
and
so
all
glad the team
amount
pushed
of work
through,
in there
like-
already. Yes, it is worth it.
Yeah, it
We've
is worth
put
it.
in all this work. Let's just do
Yeah,
it. Let's
yeah.
do it.
Because we felt but the people actually like coding it, like knew that it was possible, but we were not quite there yet, and it was still subtle
But
things. And
yeah, but we got it, and I'm really looking forward to see it in action, and I hope that it will open up a lot of new tactical opportunities
Yeah.
for the players, and it will bring a lot of new fun, new experiences for Outlanders in the Outlands, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see how the Outlanders end up using it, and some nice fun clips and whatnot.
and feedback, please.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just a couple of things, because we're actually nearing the end of our stream. Just one more thing that was changed, or something that's new with update 18.0, is that we've made some tweaks regarding the aim assist.
Yeah, yeah. Again, like without going into too much of technical details, from a perspective of players, the system should work in a little bit less obtrusive way. It should not be that, well, for lack of a better word, that obvious, but it should be a little bit smoother. So it should really serve to enhance, to help your aiming rather than do it for you in a sense. In those specific, situations when it triggered and whatnot. So hopefully it will also help the general feel about like gun handling, and it will make it a little bit smoother, a little bit easier to do what you want to do when you're aiming. So you don't have to fight it. You don't have to, try and understand it, like learn to understand it. And then it always ends up doing something a little weird that you weren't really expecting. We hope that it should feel much smoother and, in a sense, more predictable for the players to use.
It should still do its job as it's
Yeah.
supposed to, and it should get less in your way. Like
Yeah, like I said, it should be much less obtrusive in that
Yeah,
sense. So,
yeah.
So hopefully you'll basically won't really be noticing it working there, but it will be helping you achieve the objectives that you're trying to go for.
Thank you so much for diving into that. And there were a couple of questions that I saw in the chat that it would be good to address before we wrap up tonight. There was a question if there's anything happening to the shelter in the upcoming season. No, there aren't any changes or tweaks regarding the shelter in the upcoming season. And there's another one which was because our partners were showcasing how the preview build was like. The chat is asking about the killer stats and why they've been returned. Well, they weren't returned per se. We've had them behind the scenes, and it was there before the changes with the leaderboards. But we were working on it, and leaderboards is something that you worked on, right,
Well,
Michal? Would you
Yeah.
like to
Well,
jump in, or?
this particular thing, I believe, was really sort of a side effect of some of the changes to leaderboards that we've done. There were some reasons behind it. I'm not going to go into it, but we've hidden the killer stats in the reward screen at the end of the match, encounter match. That is, and After gathering feedback from the community, you folks have mentioned that you
They would
wanted
like
it back, that you really like to see that stats. So we've reintroduced them back. So now you should also be able to see the stats of the killer following the format of the new leaderboards. So it should all stick well together and be pretty consistent there as well. So.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Michal, for jumping in on that. And real quick again, I realized that we also made some changes with the crate screen in the shelter, but I don't know if we've covered it or showed it.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we covered it
I
in the whole.
don't think we did.
Let me just quickly change to the game.
I think we've responded in the chat.
Oh, that
but
was
we
a
haven't-
satisfying stretch. Everybody just did a big stretch. No. All right. Back on track.
Back on crack.
No, back on
On
track.
Right.
All right.
Back on track. We've made a tweak with how the menu looks like, the UI for the crates. So this is what you will be seeing after update 18.0 is released. But now I am very distracted and I don't think I could get those cracking sounds out of my head for quite a while. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
And thank you for our lovely chat, for being with us today, and for watching our stream. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we hope that you're looking forward to update 18.0, which is actually releasing tomorrow. So please do not be alarmed if the servers are down. We will be announcing it on social media, but do not be alarmed when the servers are down, because that's just us putting out the newest update. So do not be alarmed. All right. Would you all like to say some goodbyes to our community before we wrap up for the night?
Apparently
Why are you
not.
looking at me?
Okay.
Goodbye, guys. Enjoy tomorrow's release, and if you have anything to say, anything preferably constructive, let us know about anything. Feedback, keep it coming. We'll try to make the best out of it. Definitely consider anything constructive.
Indeed. Have fun with the update.
Oh yeah.
Be patient tomorrow. I know you're gonna be looking forward to it. You're gonna be looking forward to smoke every single nook and cranny you can find. So go do that once the update drops. And yeah, and have fun in the Outlands, and stick around for more cool stuff in the upcoming updates later on.
Yeah, because new cool stuff is coming.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
All right. Tom, would you just like to say a quick goodbye?
Have fun with the smoke grenades.
Oh yeah, this is your baby.
And also all the other stuff.
It's my baby.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
the smoke grenades, Tom's baby.
But
Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream. Keep an eye out on our socials for any news and updates. Thank you so much for all the support, and yeah, we'll see you in the Outlands. Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
No, the answer is bye.
But is your
I mean, it's universal hello. It's like,
no, it's
Bye.
bye.
bye.